Very nice, very nice. How much time we got?
6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Nope.
This is a 2-minute piece.
Not if we repeat it. 2 times.
Yeah, we'll just take some time.
Take a nice little... I was looking at you on that thing, and then I couldn't find where it was when I tried to look back at it.
That's really scary, because you're like, look at how connected I'm being. And then you're like,
wait, where am I?
You know, I forgot that one section. It staggers. You go first, then I go. I was like, oh no, I'm James here. No.
oh.
The one part in the end.
Cool shoes.
Thanks.
Yo, what are those?
What are those?
What are those?
flipping B to bar for F until I get the fist. Fist, beat 3 and 4, I have da 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 da.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the processional and afterward remain standing for the national anthem? The words can be found in the front of the program. afternoon. For the 385th time, candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees from the Pennsylvania State University have gathered to celebrate their commencement. While the day is one of joy and celebration, the commencement ceremony itself calls for dignity and decorum. This is one of the great days of a lifetime for our graduates, their families, and friends. Therefore, we request everyone's cooperation in according this ceremony the quiet respect that it deserves. All are in their places. These exercises are hereby called to order. I would now like to introduce Dr. Andrew Sears, Dean of the College of Information Sciences and Technology. Dean Sears.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now convened for the 2017 Spring Commencement of the College of Information Sciences and Technology at the Pennsylvania State University. We will open with our national anthem, led by Grace Kiver of the School of Music, accompanied by Center Brass.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and gleam, the bombs bursting in air, gave birth to the night that of love was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome each of you on behalf of the college and the university. This commencement ceremony is patterned after a ritual that has been repeated throughout the long history of higher education and duplicated throughout the world in countless universities and colleges. The robes we wear are medieval. The symbols of the ceremony are from the Middle Ages. The mace is the symbol of the authority of the university, and the banner is the symbol of the school. But the spirit of commencement is one of excitement and anticipation, and it is focused on the future of these new leaders in the digital global economy. It is now with the utmost pride that I introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Steve Huffman. Steve Huffman is the CEO and co-founder of Reddit, a social news site and the home of Conversation Online. For Steve, the love of programming was instantaneous and everlasting. In 2005, at the age of 21, Steve co-founded Reddit with his college roommate, Alexis Ohanian. In October of 2006, Reddit was acquired by Condé Nast, where Steve continued to run Reddit through 2009. Steve went on to found Hipmunk in 2010, a travel search site, where he held the position of CTO. During this time, Steve was named Inc. Magazine's 30 Under 30 in 2011, Forbes 30 Under 30 in 2012, and Hipmunk was placed on Time Magazine's top 50 websites and top 10 smartphone apps. Following Hipmunk, he returned to Reddit in July of 2015 as CEO, and has since been at the helm of Reddit's most prominent and exciting period of growth. Today, Reddit is in the top 10 most visited websites in the United States, with over 290 million global users monthly and 14 billion monthly page views. Steve is most proud of the fact that he has had the opportunity to do what he loves while also creating companies that have changed the way people use the internet. Steve is a big proponent of STEM education. Since 2012, Steve has been a mentor at Hackbright Academy, a San Francisco-based coding academy for women. Steve is an avid skier and, for a time, a competitive ballroom dancer. Please welcome me in joining Mr. Steve Huffman.
Thank you. I thought I had a few more minutes to get my thoughts together. Dean Spears, Dr. Jones, Associate D. Rosen, Trustee Duran, Faculty and Administration, thank you for having me today. It's quite an honor. And to the graduates and their families, thank you as well. And also a special thank you to Maureen Killian, who through kindness and persistence bordering on harassment has convinced me to attend Startup Week, an event held here at Penn State annually the past 6 years. Startup Week is one of my favorite events of the year. I've probably attended more blue and white games than most of you, and it wouldn't be possible without Maureen, so thank you. So, for a little context, I graduated from Virginia in 2005. I spent my first 4 years after college building Reddit. What began as a small adventure with my college roommate, Alexis, has grown into one of the largest websites in the world. Reddit's home to the most passionate people online. Each month, about 290 million people visit Reddit for news, entertainment, advice, support, and just about everything in between. I left in 2009 and started another company called Hitmonk, a travel search site, where I spent the next 5 years as CTO. And almost 2 years ago, during the summer of 2015, I returned to Reddit as CEO. I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished, but you should know it wasn't a straightforward path from college to here. My goal today is to share some perspective and give you a few pieces of advice that I would have appreciated hearing when I was in your position. I hope you pick something up that saves you some time or maybe helps you through a difficult decision, but I suspect that won't be the case. You'll go along, make your own mistakes, and learn everything the hard way, like just about everybody else does. In 10 years, you'll look back on this and think, that's what he was talking about. You want to tune out for the next 8 minutes? That's cool too. You're within an hour of being done, and it's not going to hurt my feelings if you browse Reddit for a little while I talk. If you do that, go ahead and get your parents to download the app as well. So today's a day to celebrate. Over the past 4-ish years, you've worked hard to accomplish something difficult and something that may have at times felt tedious or even arbitrary. But there's value in this beyond your education and degree, in doing something hard just for the sake of doing so. You should be proud, and it is time to celebrate. Based on my experience in State College, I believe you'll have no trouble with the celebration part. After you're done partying and the glow wears off and your hangovers fade, and the realization that you have your whole life in front of you begins to settle in, you may wonder, what am I going to do now? Some of you are putting an immense amount of pressure on yourself to have a plan to figure out what is next. I know this because a couple of you told me this 2 weeks ago when I was in town. Should you take a job at a big company? Should you join a startup? Should you start your own company? Should you just travel around a bit? To be honest, it doesn't really matter. Just do something. No matter what you do, you'll be learning, and that's what's important right now. I think the only wrong answer, in fact, is to try to do everything at once. If you take a job, take the job. If you start your own thing, focus on that. If you try to do everything at once, you'll end up being mediocre at everything, and whatever you do, you can always change your mind later anyway. You have more time than you think. I've seen lots of people your age make this mistake of trying to do everything at once, and in fact, I almost made this mistake myself. 12 years ago, when I was nearing the end of my own college experience, I had signed an offer letter with a company that I'd worked for through college for a full-time position. And I'd also planned on starting my own company with my buddy Alexis. The idea was I'd work for one company during the day, and we'd work together on our own company at night, which would have been crazy. Fortunately, what actually happened is Alexis and I decided to take a spring break trip together. We headed to every college kid's favorite spring break destination, Boston, Massachusetts. Between the pleasant disposition of the coastal northeast, the not at all aggressive driving, and the chilly, rainy, sleety, wintry mix, Boston really is beautiful that time of year. We were going to attend a talk by my idol, programmer, writer, and successful entrepreneur himself, Paul Graham, entitled How to Start a Startup. After the talk, we managed to meet Paul. We pitched him our idea, which wasn't Reddit. and were ultimately encouraged to apply for what is now one of the premier investment firms in Silicon Valley. But then was just a small experiment, Y Combinator. Paul had given us a chance. We applied, we were invited to interview formally, traveled back to Boston, interviewed, and were ultimately rejected. And we were crushed. Following an evening of drinking away our disappointment, during our train ride back home to Virginia the next morning, we received a call from Paul saying that he would fund us if we worked on something else. He explained that he and his partners, including his now wife Jessica, deliberated. They didn't like our original idea, but they wanted to bet on us as people, and if we worked on something else, they would fund us. That something else would turn into Reddit. Already, Paul and Jessica had given us 2 breaks. The first by giving us an opportunity to interview in the first place, and the second by giving us a second chance. Spending our spring break in Boston, applying to YC, taking Paul up on his second offer, those were all spontaneous, optimistic, and extremely fortunate decisions. The lesson I'd like you to draw from all of this is you never know when saying yes at the right time will change your life. So we began working on Reddit alongside 7 other companies Y Combinator had invested in. For the first few months, my primary motivation was not looking dumb. I felt like an imposter because unlike our peers, we had limped into Y Combinator. I knew everyone else in the group was smarter, more disciplined, and worked harder. And you may feel some similar angst now or in the future, because you're not quite sure what is next, or that everyone around you seems to have it all figured out. My theory is that no one has it figured out. Everyone is actually insecure about it, we just don't talk about it. To be honest with you, that feeling of insecurity has never quite gone away. Even today, I carry it with me. Through Reddit, we touch the lives of hundreds of millions of people, and I still don't feel like we've made it. It's not a bad thing, we just have a lot more to do. I'm often asked how to prevent this feeling of being intimidated, perhaps in an interview or in a meeting, but I think that's missing the point. With any luck, you will be intimidated your entire career. People who think they have a lot to learn tend to learn a lot more, and more quickly. Do yourself a favor and constantly surround yourself with intimidating people. If you find yourself the smartest person in the room, it's time to change. Another question I often hear is, do I have regrets? My answer is yes, but not forever. It's true I've made mistakes, and I've done things that I later regretted, some of which you might have read about. Whether we're talking about business mistakes or personal mistakes, few of them do I still regret now, because they've turned into valuable life lessons, without which I wouldn't be who I am today. So in that sense, I'm thankful for my mistakes. My advice to you is whenever you're in a tough spot, is to look for the silver lining. What are you going to do differently next time? And to get through those tough times, think about all the tough times you've been through already. You got through those, didn't you? You'll make it through the next ones as well. And when times are good, savor the view from the top. It doesn't last forever. I do have one regret that I'll share. If I could play back the last decade, there's one change that I'd make. Up until this point in your life, you've had parents, teachers, professors, coaches guiding you and helping you to improve. You've effectively spent your entire life up until now in training. This sort of explicit self-improvement is harder to come by as an adult. You need to be more proactive going forward. Continue to play sports, learn an instrument, read books. Every bit of self-improvement is valuable. And every minute you spend on yourself now, you'll benefit from for the rest of your life. I spend more time on myself now, and I'm very happy for it. You'll probably hear this a lot. Your college years are the best years of your life. That may be true now. Your college years have been the best years of your life so far, perhaps. But don't let anyone convince you that they're the best you'll ever have. You have your whole lives ahead of you. While life has its ups and downs, I can say that for me, these years are the best years of my life so far, and I hope in 10 years that you can say the same. Thank you, and good luck out there.
Thank you, Steve. We deeply appreciate your comments, your time, and your friendship. Before we move into conferring of degrees, I would like to recognize a very special group assembled here today, the faculty of the College of Information Sciences and Technology. The expertise and scholarship of our faculty, their energy and dedication inspires IST and SRA students to rise to remarkable achievement. They have served as teachers, advisors, and mentors to those graduating today. May I ask that the members of the college's faculty assembled here rise, and may I ask you, the graduates, and all others, join me in recognizing this distinguished group of scholars. Thank you. You may be seated. And I would now like to introduce Nicholas P. Jones, Executive Vice President and Provost of the University. Dr. Jones.
Thank you, Dean Sears. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we turn to the awarding of the degrees. The legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania State University is its Board of Trustees. This is the body that, by our charter, is given final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to our university. At this time, I call on Barbara Duran, a member of the Penn State Board of Trustees, to authorize the conferring of degrees during this ceremony. Barbara was elected to the Board of Trustees by the alumni in July of 2013. She graduated from Penn State in 1975 with a BA in English from the College of the Liberal Arts, and later completed an MBA from Harvard Business School. She has investment management experience with several Wall Street firms and is currently a director and senior portfolio manager at Yorkbridge Wealth Partners. Barbara was a three-sport varsity athlete at Penn State and covered women's sports for the Daily Collegian. As an alumna, she was an active volunteer with the For the Future campaign and served on the Varsity S Committee. We are very pleased that she is with us today. Barbara.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. It is an honor for me, as a graduate and trustee of this great university, to be here with you today as you enter one of the most rapidly changing and exciting fields imaginable, and to tell you how proud we are of each and every one of you. The entire world is open to you. The opportunities to change lives and to change the world through your efforts in this digital age are immense. Human creativity is exploding with no end in sight because of the ongoing convergence of information and technology, which you know better than anyone. As our speaker, Steve Huffman, has demonstrated so well, it is you, the next generation of leaders, who are smart, dedicated, and determined to make a difference, who will show us the way forward. Steve Jobs said that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Another great innovator in technology said that many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. That was Thomas Edison, and he sure never gave up. So as you begin this next leg of your life's journey, just remember to believe that deep down in your hearts, you are destined for great things. Just never, ever give up. So now I turn to my official duty. Dr. Jones, by virtue of the authority delegated to the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, I, on behalf of the board, authorize you as a designee of the president to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the faculty and the Dean of the College of Information Sciences and Technology. Dr. Jones.
Thank you, Trustee Duran, for the authorization of degrees for these candidates assembled. Before we proceed to the conferral of degrees, please note that Penn State is now recognizing our graduates who are actively serving, veterans, and graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white, and blue honor cords for their service and sacrifices. At this time, I would like to ask all graduating military and veteran students who have served our country to please stand.
miles today to hear one name, and each name will be heard if you hold your applause and cheers to the very end. In consideration of everyone who is here today to honor their special student, please refrain from applause, cheers, and other noise-making until all graduates have crossed the platform. Then we will applaud their accomplishments. Our graduates have worked long and hard to earn their degrees, and each one deserves the opportunity to be recognized by their families and friends. Will the degree candidates from the College of Information Sciences and Technology please rise? Dr. Jones and Dean Sears, I am pleased to present these worthy and approved candidates.
Thank you, Associate Dean Lawson. Everybody ready? Parents ready? Yes? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree you have earned in the College of Information Sciences and Technology with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now transfer the tassel from the right side to left, and congratulations.
And thank you. Thank you. Will you please be seated? I almost hate to do that. Leading the academic procession today is Student Marshal John Hatzel, who has distinguished himself in our college. He is escorted by Faculty Marshal Edward Glantz, Senior Lecturer in Information Sciences and Technology. Will the Student Marshal and Faculty Marshal please step forward? John is from Collingsworth, New Jersey, and is the son of Jim and Sylvia Hatzel. He is graduating today summa cum laude with dual Bachelor of Science degrees in Security and Risk Analysis and Information Sciences and Technology. A Schreier Honors Scholar, John has achieved the Dean's List each semester, is a member of the Button-Waller Diversity Fellowship, and is a President's Freshman Award recipient. In addition, John is currently the Student Director of the IST Learning Assistant Program and is a member of the Pro Expo Student Committee. He has also received internships from PNC Bank and Deloitte Consulting, LLP. After graduation, John has accepted a full-time offer as a business technology analyst for Deloitte Consulting in their Arlington, Virginia office. Congratulations, John.
As a land-grant institution, we are chartered to offer the opportunity for training in the military service. And at Penn State, we have programs in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. Dr. Jones, representing the Joint Services today is Lieutenant Colonel Richard R. Gary, Professor of Military Science.
Thank you, Dean Sears. Will all graduates of the Pennsylvania State University Reserve Officer Training Corps please rise? Dr. Jones, it is a privilege for me to present our graduates of the Reserve Officer Training Corps as officers who will serve in the Armed Forces of the United States.
On behalf of the Pennsylvania State University, I congratulate each of you. Thank you, and please be seated.
Dr. Jones, accepting the certificate on behalf of these programs is Joshua R. Parrish. Joshua is from Bangor, Pennsylvania, and is the son of Jim and Shannon Parrish. He is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in Security and Risk Analysis and a minor in Military Studies. Joshua served as a senior organizational leader the last year of Army ROTC. And in the past 4 years, he has received multiple Joint Service Awards honoring the achievements of cadets, midshipmen, and officer candidates in the Penn State ROTC programs. He has completed the Army's Air Assault School and completed a cultural understanding and language proficiency trip to Eastern Europe, training directly with the Bosnian military. In addition, he has earned Dean's List honors throughout his college career. Following his graduation, Joshua will be returning full-time to PricewaterhouseCoopers Public Sector National Security Practice as a technology consultant. He will also be serving as an infantry officer in the Maryland Army National Guard. Congratulations, Joshua.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Gary and Dr. Jones. We will now have a brief pause to allow students to file into the hallway. There they go. Are you ready? Okay. I would now like to call upon and thank our nomenclator, Dr. Lisa Lenz, who will introduce individual graduates. Again, in consideration of everyone who is here today to honor their special student, please refrain from applause, cheers, and other noise-making until all graduates have crossed the platform.
Michael Velite, James Benedict Dotto, Kelly Costello, Lauren Zizula, Thomas Toe, Anand Bhagat, Henry Yen, Ihun Chue, Mukurum Warach, James Adams, Adam Ponsonby, Jacob Prabanik, Anthony Traverso, William Gooch, Titus Matthews, Edgar Coto Rojas, Evangelos Gentis, Dae Sol Kim, Tazeen Karim, Marissa Baird, Stephen Rowan, Michael Cameron, Carl Johnson, Asia Tanise Akins. Eva Eck. Alexis Delegati. Justin Heckman. Adam Hawes. Benjamin Blazchek. Benjamin Howells. Ji-Yun Kim. Yuan Chen. Voigt de Meester. Riley Nolan. Christian Anderson. Caitlin Doyle. William Hillman. Max Dubik. Scott Norman. Joseph Yu. Sam Sankerlingam. Anthony Perone. Kevin Bake. Wen Peng Zhao. Zhou Zia Mei. Yang Yu Chia Chong. Xin Song. Hui Zheng. Di Hao. Megan Haas. Amelia Cawley. Christine Fanning. Lane Gottenberg. Troy Tucker. Justin Goldman. Bryce Malinchak. Victoria Bardish. Elizabeth Kohler. Catherine Bradley. Sarah Sullivan. Paul Warner. Lauren Anderson. Frank Casper. David Bishops. Stephen Burns. Oscar Durimer. Quinn Brisbane. Kendall Richter. Justin McCauley. Griffin Walter. Jason Kadanak. Samuel Costa. Andre Rabau. Jen Yuan Yang. Zihao Li. Jen Zhong Guan. Maro Kim. Brendan Kim. Stephen Lowe. Jack Scott. Cameron Sabatini. Ryan Leckenby. Sarah Moore. Brendan Collis. Brett Fisher. Craig Prest. Evan Lunak. Zachary Homan. Tyler Chubb. Wariz Farigi. Isabel Kotu. Tyler Daniels. Tamara Fox. Tori Adlam. Graham Irvin. Stefan Michael Oganesov. Swarnendu Gupta. Yusuf Awan. Daniel Lavanier. Akash Chilikalapalli. Haehyun Park. Ashley Pion. Timothy Lee. Michael Cochran. Ye Hyun Kim. Claire Pan. Ryan Teipel. Michael Lubis. Scott Waite. C.J. Smulligan. Austin Miller. Adam Season. Mitchell Gold. Aaron Morris. David Connolly. Thomas Homan. Eric Kramer. Andorra Mustarai. Brian Green. Ashton Allen. Casey Hooray. Robert Hollowell. Jason Jovic. Daniel Knight. Sukrit J. James Cates. Stephen Earnhardt. Nicholas Escoli. Christopher Eggerman. Lawrence Flood. Arjun Lane. Eric Henderson. James Lim. John Hennigan. Kevin Coleman. James Boyle. Vincent Maimoni. Eddie Veneziali. Logan Eckerd. Nikita Page. Andy Nguyen. Min Sup Lee. Ryan Kaiser. Hunter Eckrod. Daniel Lamb. Jack Finan. Carolyn Schroeder. Devin McGinn. Sarah Malinowski. Kristen Raleigh. Richard Fabrizio. Alexander Mardis. Alfred Kenny. Damian Salonik. Nathan Shapiro. Bradley Whitmer. Zachariah Mann. Adrian Rook. Nicholas DeLibero. Austin Bittinger. Andrew Herron. Chris Doty. Alyssa Reddington. Leona Kretzu. Patrick August. Ethan Brizana. Mauricio Estrella. Ashley Pham. Maria Barboni. Kathleen Elizabeth Beck. Ryan Markle. Corey Sidler. Tyler Jarrett. Daniel Elizalde. Adam Ritter. Nicholas Bauer. Lindsay Beal. Michelle Yeager. Suzanne Spiegelmeyer. Takuya Tokunaga. Tyler Yazian. Stephanie McCole. Megan Graham. Satin Porter. Hamanshi Patel. Neha Sharma. Zareen Hawk. Stephen Tang. Joel Ammons. James Jared Unell. Brian West. James Myers. Kyle Valesky. Quentin Rexroth. Irving Rangel. Jeffrey Nelson. Matthew Gossick. Mai Trong. Devonte Phillip. Cy Murphy. Colleen Ann Allen. Allison Zients. Mark Chandley. Alyssa Stackpole. George Thomas Beatty IV. Allison Hughes. Christy Grimm. Levi Petushnik. Dylan Colson. Daniel Forziat. Dylan Beal. Ryan Byers. Dylan Davey. Nicholas Kane. Holly Cook. Lucas Carney. Joshua Gunther. Chandra Bestola. Tyler Kraus. Jonathan Miguel Erdman. Francis Barber. Jordan Miller. Essence Devereaux Neely. Ari Rosenblum. Marco Tacconi. Kanch Wacharatian. Molly Monell. Ishani Varadia. Jillian Musser. Karina Nicole Stevens. Megan McAvoy. Ryan Pilgermayer. Matthew Lample. Thomas Kilgallen. Arthur Zhang. Michael Rinn. Franklin Mack. Aaron Vrabel. Garrett Miller. Alexander Poorman. Matthew Seabright. Eddie Melendez. Camille Hercules. Aaron McFarland. Nicholas DeSandri. Jaron Sugar. Javier Espinosa. Karina Alexia Alvarado. Mason Northrup. Alyssa Ann Loera. Deborah Kim. Jovan L. Corey. Marissa Amelia Lara. Catherine Learn. Dylan Castahina. Bradley Caviston. Ryan Fritz. Whitney Hernandez. Natalie Cope. Brittany Bills. William Simon. Richard McLaughlin. Julian Dofars. Austin Steinmetz. Eric Damai. Alex Lemieux. Carmen Caputo. Matthew McCrory. Chimke Nibodo. Sean Quinlan. Jose Marquez. Pranati Devi. Alex Tang. Jiangyu Yang. Jeremy Parkin. Devin James McGee. Alexander Rika. Kirsten Reagan. Sarah Seiler. Jessica Steinmetz. Gerald Rath. Cameron McDaniel. Rachel Powell. Kyle Sheely. Valdemar Melgren. Christina DeChico. Rebecca Dorman. Jay Patel. Raj Thakor. Naga Sai Kavya Pamidi. Richa Patel. Neil Christensen. Joseph Pickard. Christopher Dixon. Christopher Clemens. Christopher Jacobs. Christopher Dillinger. Christopher Ingrasani. Christopher Lozada. Michael DeGeorgis. Liam Hamilton. Bradley Gimbernat. Daniil Douglas. Stephen Badu. Sean Finneran. Thomas Fabrizio. Christopher Gross. Trent Bolish. Eric Rabick. Sean Russo. Brendan Keyports. Tien No. Joshua Myers. Michael Yashinsky. Cody Schnabel. Tyler Molesky. Scott Switkowski. John Reed. Austin Nisley. And Christopher Sisley.
The class of 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now ask you to turn to the center of your program where the graduates' names are listed for meritorious achievement. These are the students graduating in the top 12% of their class. Upon completion of grades for the spring semester, additional names will be added to the list. Diplomas will have this academic achievement noted on the official document. Students who graduate summa cum laude are wearing a blue and white cord. Students graduating magna cum laude are wearing a blue cord, and students graduating cum laude are wearing a white cord. Please hold your applause until students in all three categories are standing. Will those who are graduating summa cum laude please rise and remain standing? Will those students graduating magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? Now for those graduating cum laude, please rise. Congratulations again, and best wishes for your continuing excellence. So you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jones, this concludes the recognition of those graduating with scholastic distinction. I am now pleased to introduce the President-elect of the IST Alumni Society, Mr. Luke Simonetti, to induct these new graduates into the association. A member of the Penn State Alumni Association, Mr. Simonetti is a 2007 graduate of the College of IST and a senior director in Gartner's Security and Risk Management Consulting practice. Gartner is the world's leading information technology research and advisory company, delivering the technology-related insight necessary for clients across the world. Based here in the State College, he leads the SRM consulting practice for two of Gartner's major industry verticals. Mr. Simonetti is an executive advisor and an experienced security subject matter expert and is responsible for driving business development, defining methodology, sales, management, and delivery within the SRM practice. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke Simonetti.
Thank you, Dean Sears. Congratulations, graduates. The Penn State Alumni Association celebrates your successes and welcomes you into a proud network of Penn Staters. Today, you join more than 658,000 other successful Penn State graduates or alumni who are making a difference in their communities and their professions. Your Alumni Association is powered by pride. More than 176,000 alumni and friends like you keep their connection to our world-class university strong through membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Today, on behalf of the Alumni Association, I am honored to share our graduation gift with you, a one-year free membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Don't get too excited. Your membership keeps you in touch with Penn State and connects you with more than 300 geographically dispersed alumni chapters, groups, or societies. No matter where you live, what you've studied, or which campus you attended, we have a group that matches your interests. After graduation, once you're settled, of course, reach out to your local Penn State alumni chapter. Your Penn State family will be happy to hear from you. And in the coming years, when you visit University Park, we hope you'll stop by your alumni home on campus, the Hintz Family Alumni Center. So would our new graduates please rise? Would all other Penn State alumni here today please rise as well? It gives me great pleasure to induct all graduating students of the Pennsylvania State University into the Penn State Alumni Association. On behalf of our 176,427 members, I am thrilled to offer our sincere congratulations and welcome you to the Pride. Please be seated.
Thank you, Luke. At this time, I am proud and honored to recognize the recipient of the 2017 Outstanding IST Alumni Award. This award is given to an outstanding Penn State IST alumni who have achieved success as leaders in their profession and who have made an impact on society. This award is one of the highest honors bestowed by the College of IST. Will Steve Gargiulo please join me on the platform? Steve Gargiulo earned a degree in Information Sciences and Technology in 2009. After graduating, he led the revolution to transform the culture of Johnson & Johnson by initiating and shaping a global grassroots movement at the 5th largest company in the world that engaged 23,000 employees and led to countless stories of product and people development. As the founder of Action Surge, he currently works with people from all walks of life and all across the globe to turn a person's idea into reality through clear and specific actions. In February of 2017, he released his Amazon best-selling book, Surge, Your Guide to Put Any Idea into Action. And he recently established the Stephen D. Gargiulo Nittany Valley Society Endowment for Penn State History, which funded the development of a course about Penn State University history, which will launch this fall. Steve, on behalf of the College of Information Science and Technology Alumni Society Board, I am pleased to recognize you as this year's outstanding IST alumnus and present you with this engraved award in appreciation of your hard work. Congratulations.
All right. Graduates, parents, faculty, administration, NSA, Russia. Let's all give one more round of applause to the class of 2017. Your other speaker this afternoon was the co-founder of a social platform with over 290 million monthly visitors. It is one of the most visited sites on the internet and has provided an incredible conduit for global dialogue. I have a TEDx talk that has garnered 4,532 views. Penn State believed correctly that they needed some additional wisdom from me. On February 10th, 2017, I was asked if I'd be willing to give this speech. And of course, my reaction was, wow, what an honor. I knew that over the course of the next 3 months, I would vigorously prepare to give the best, most profound commencement speech of all time. I had such great intentions and immediately wanted to jump in. But a few weeks went by, then March went by, then April went by, then Thursday went by. And 48 hours ago, with a blank sheet of paper still in front of me, I decided that I'm probably in a situation that none of you are familiar with. And I decided if I was going to get this done, I needed to go to the best place in the world for people who need to get things done: Reddit. And thus, on Thursday night, I posted a thread on Reddit inviting the world to contribute to this commencement speech. Here are some of the best lines that I got back. If you learn nothing else about yourself, make sure you find your sleep number. Take the time in the store, test it out the bed, figure it out. Sheets and Wawa are actually both great, but Sheets is a little bit greater. When I graduated, and this is true, Barack Obama was the President of the United States. So clearly that was about 30 years ago. Go on eBay and order a Papa John's flag to keep in your car, because then you can literally park anywhere you want for as long as you want. It looks like it's just for hippies, but you should really try slacklining. Learn how to hang drywall. You never know when you're going to need it. And finally, there's no I in team, but there are 3 I's in information sciences and technology. So we have enough to keep one eye on the ball, which makes bail, and that's very important. And then there's one more I for pirate,
Yeah, that Reddit guy was crazy. Who says you can't get other people to write your commencement speech? I published a book earlier this year called Surge, which is all about the science of taking action, and what either sparks people to act or holds people back from acting. And one of the biggest things is that it's super hard for us to come up with actions for our own ideas, but it's actually super easy to come up with actions for other people's ideas. Case in point, difficult to write your own commencement speech, easy to write it for somebody else. Now, none of you are dumb. You're all going to have a ton of good ideas over the course of your lives. You already made at least one going to Penn State. So as you continue having great ideas, surround yourself with lighthearted, fun people who can help you turn them into reality and invite other people to help. More often than not, it's other people who know how to give your ideas legs more than you do. We just can't be afraid to share them. You know, next time you're afraid to share an idea, remember that someone once said out loud in a meeting, "Let's make a film with a tornado full of sharks." Even bad ideas are worth exploring sometimes. Do I really need to own usedflannel.com or garlicbreadreviews.com or horrendousbathrobes.com? But I might be able to do something with those someday. So my final piece of advice is, give my book to your bosses and ask them to hire me as a speaker or consultant. But seriously, only 33% of Americans earn a college degree. Only 7% of people worldwide earn a college degree. You've earned this incredible distinction that you get to carry with you for the rest of your lives. So don't rob the world of your ideas. Go out there, register some domain names, use Reddit, and take action. Thank you. On behalf of the university and the class of 2017, I would like to pay tribute to some special heroes and heroines of the day. The parents, grandparents, other family members, and special friends of our graduates. Graduates, they made today possible. They supported you. They encouraged you to learn and meet challenges and to succeed. And they invested in your education in many different ways and insisted on high standards so you have the best opportunity in a rapidly changing world. Family and friends, on behalf of the college, I thank you for allowing us to have had the privilege of being associated with these wonderful members of your family. Now I'd like to ask the class of 2017 to rise, to face the audience, look for your parents, your relatives, your friends, and join me in expressing our profound appreciation for a job well done. Okay. And if you can... Okay, if you can take your seats, we will be done in just a moment. So if the graduates can take their seats again, we'll be done in just a minute and we'll get you out of here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude our ceremony, and we shall close with the Alma Mater sung by Grace Cliver, accompanied by center brass. The words can be found in the front of the program. Please join the singing of the Alma Mater, and after the Alma Mater, please be seated for the recession of the platform party. Members of the faculty and new graduates of the College of Information Sciences and Technology.
Song that raise the sun.
hands of fate. Thou didst mold us, dear old state, dear old state, dear old state. May no act of ours bring a shame to one heart that loves thy name. May our lives but swallow thy fame, dear old state, dear old state.